en maternelle à l'école Millstream. Je suis Madame Rebecca et voici le travail de mes élèves. This is a directed drawing and this is something that we work on in kindergarten to work on many different skills. So every morning we start our day and kids learn about routines and the importance of having responsibilities and being independent. And so my expectations are very set out clearly that we want to keep our learning environment, a safe and welcoming place. And this is why we try to make it tidy and we learn how to do that independently as the year progresses. So as an early years educator and teacher, I strongly believe in the value of sensory play for children. And so here you would find rice bin, where you can find letters, measuring instruments, where you can combine fine motor skills, sensory play, and literacy and math at the same time, or just make cakes out of rice if you also would like. I have various water beads, pasta, chickpeas, I have a cutting bin, some Play-Doh, various scissors, and all things that are sensory items, but also work on fine motor skills, which is super important to develop in kindergarten. So this is our literacy corner where I would have a word wall set up, and so I was working on having little words on binder rings for students to have access to. And there are many activities here. As you can see, they're hands-on activities because preschoolers or kindergarten students are hands-on learners and they learn by doing. So this is our carpet area. If you have a child already in kindergarten that's already gone through kindergarten, perhaps you would know that learning in kindergarten mostly happens here at the carpet. We meet every morning, multiple times a day. We would do calendar, and then this is our routine. I strongly believe in the importance of routine in the life of preschooler or child in general. We can also see timers and tools that help with students with self-regulations and transitions and all that sort of stuff that we adapt for all the learners. This is also an area where we work on the French vocabulary piece because most students come into French immersion with no French background, which is totally expected, but it's also a big piece of what we do here on the carpet. So this, I would say, is probably the most popular area in our classroom for boys and girls. So it's the dramatic play area, and so there's the kitchen, there's some babies, some dress up, some puppets, and kids love to gather here and have lots and lots of fun and be busy and loud, and that's okay. So young learners and kindergarten students should have lots of opportunities to play during their day. A lot of unstructured, child-led play to give them opportunities to develop their imagination and learn how to get along with others and develop all those social skills. And then here is, I would say, a self-regulation corner, is our Zen corner where kids, if they feel overwhelmed or if they just feel like they need a little time to relax, they can go in there. There's a heavy flush, there's squishy things, there's things that would help students with self-regulations, along with things that we would have learned in class, breathing strategies, calming down strategies, and all that kind of stuff. So this is our math area, just similar to the literacy area, but it's more math specific. And there's what we call math manipulatives, which are helping students understand abstract concepts, because math can be quite abstract for young learners. And so what we did here at the beginning of the school year is that we worked on numbers to 10, because and then we co-created this. They were in teams of 2, and they had to learn how to use a Sharpie, and they had to learn how it's okay to make mistakes. Even if you don't have it right the first time, you can work on it, and mistakes are okay. And so co-creating materials with students, again, makes it more meaningful to them, and they're usually much more engaged in what they do. I value making mistakes, and I tell my students that I make mistakes all the time, and I always want my class to be a safe space, and I always tell them the best learning opportunities are when you make mistakes. And yeah, I always want my students to feel comfortable and loved and happy in my class. So I think that's a big piece that I work on early on in the school year, is building a learning community and making sure that at the first parent-teacher interview, if parents tell me that their child loves coming to school, and that's the biggest thing for me. I want children to be happy and enjoy school and find it a safe space to learn and to explore and to make friends and just be happy, because it's their first experience of school, and it's so important that they come out of this with good memories and that they feel loved and comfortable and happy.